We're here at the Mounts Family Winery with David Mounts, and essentially, David, we're at the winery. For starters, tell us about this thing right here. What is this?
Well, this is a single piece of an entire sort of sorting and processing system. When we began the winery in 2005, we made the investment in our equipment. We do a lot of our hand sorting on this conveyor belt, which dumps into our destemmer. We don't have any pumps here or anything that moves the must around, so everything goes into small T-bins. But this is sort of like a piece of work of art that my dad put together. Normally you dump into a stainless steel hopper, but
it's a hopper, essentially.
It's a hopper, yeah.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, so it's like one of those old Chris Craft boats where it's very very unique in that regard, but it gets us by, and it's very well built. So.
Sure. Can you take us with what we have here through the process of the grapes coming in, and just kind of visually show us, how that happens? I mean, so the grapes come in, and
they come in from the field.
Right.
They get weighed. The bins get weighed. We have on our forklift. We bin dump into our hopper. It feeds into the conveyor here, which we can meter and dictate on how fast we want it to go. Into our hopper on the destemmer. It gets fed through. Racuses get separated, and all the fruit actually dumps out here into our 1-ton T-bins. It's a very gentle handling. Everything comes out whole berry. So everything dumps into the T-bins. At that point, everything gets transferred down to our fermentation room here.
And you were telling us earlier that you do punch downs out here.
Yeah, everything is manually moved with a punch down device. We don't have pumps. We don't try to move the must through things. So they sit here in these bins. Usually going through, I like the cold soak, which means just allowing the grapes and the juice to sit in an aqueous solution for 3, 4, 5 days, however long it takes. Everything we do here is allow the natural yeast that come in on the grapes to begin the fermentation. I don't inoculate with commercial designer yeast.
So you're using native yeast?
Everything is native.
Everything?
Yeast, yeah.
Okay.
So,
can we take a little sneak peek here?
Let's do that.
What do we have in this bin here at this point?
This is Syrah. This was picked 2 days ago.
Okay.
This is one of those varieties that goes against what I was talking about out there. I actually do incorporate whole clusters, so that you see some stems in here.
Right.
It's not because the crusher was not doing its job, but I actually put about half the fruit in this bin are these whole clusters, and over time a lot of the berries stay whole and complete, but a lot of them get broken up in solution. It tends to help the aromatics of the wine. It adds some tannin and structure. It also gives it a great peppery spice to the wine that I tend to like. Very old world with the stems.
I was going to say that's a stylistic thing in terms of the end product and how it tastes.
Syrah is such a difficult wine to make interesting. It can be so straightforward, blue fruit, but if you can liven it up somehow and give it some complexity, Syrah is one that I'm always playing around with, I like to say.
Right, sure. Absolutely.
I expect the yeast will start building up their populations and begin fermenting in the next couple days.
And so what you do is you monitor this, and then at which point do you have the juice come off?
Well, once the fermentation begins, we try to keep the bins very cool. It usually takes 5 to 7 days for the yeast to finish fermenting to dry, and at that point we will pull the free run wine off into barrel and take the skins and put them in our press. We have a couple different presses here. This one we use mainly for whites, but I can hold a few of these tea bins for the skins. We started the winery. We started out very simple and bought a classic wooden basket press.
Right.
Which is, it's good. I can put one tea bin per basket press in, but when you have a winery full of 15 or 20 tea bins, that's a lot of press loads in the basket press. So it's low tech. Okay,
exactly. And I hear you say earlier it was 2005 when the winemaking started on the property?
Yeah, in 2005, my wife and I, we sort of partnered up. See, my father and grandfather were not so much into the wine industry end of it. They're happy being farmers, growing the grapes.
Yeah, Mounts was, I mean, that was a growing operation for so many years.
Yeah, we've mainly just been growers over the years. It wasn't until '05 that my wife and I had the desire. We love wine. We love drinking good wine. We saw the potential out here. This barn has mainly strictly been used for, farming operation. We had to do a little bit of modification, and we did some. My dad had done some upgrade work in the late '90s because structurally, this barn's over 100 years old. It needed some updating and structural reinforcement. So we did a lot of that, but everything was sort of in place here to start the winery. We just needed the passion to do it. So,
right. Okay. Great. Let's go into the tasting room.
Let's do that.